energetic first 45 minutes in front of over 20,000 here this evening. Bit low on quality though, just one chance of note for either side. David McGoldrick for Notts County shooting wide from 16 yards when well placed. Bradford City counter-attack from Bobby Poynton, run from him, shot from 20 yards out for Sam Slocum into a good save down to his left-hand side. A little bit low on quality, great in atmosphere. Half-time it's Bradford City 0, Notts County 0.
And it's Manchester United 2, Lyon 0 at half-time. Rene, do you think Manchester United should look to hold on to this lead or capitalise on it and build on it?
Nah, the thing is to manage the game really, really well now, especially for the first 10, 15 minutes. They don't want to concede, first and foremost, because then it's game on again. Because Lyon, they have to come out, they have to do something, they have to turn something around. The earlier they can score that goal, they will be back in the game. But United is, I think they're playing really, really well. But we've seen moments where Lyon really can be dangerous. They nullify that in the first 15 to 20 minutes, they'll be fine.
Rene, just to comment on the atmosphere at Old Trafford tonight, and Connor picked up on it, this is as loud probably as Old Trafford has been this season. The players have given them something to cheer about.
Absolutely, and that, it showed all in the intent, Kelly, and the hunger that United have shown. The runs, they were together. I thought the shape was really, really good. They pressed, they broke with pace and everything. That's what players want. That's what the fans will want to see. They want to see something to shout about, and that's what Manchester United has given them in the first half.
And we can hear them now. But speaking over the crowd at Old Trafford,
aggregate. Since the break, it's been all Frankfurt. And Shaibi's just had a free kick from 25 yards. Whistle past Vicario's right-hand post. Frankfurt 0, Spurs 1. Spurs lead 2-1 on aggregate.
Thanks very much, John. So in terms of the British teams, as things stand, Chelsea are going through, Manchester United are going through, Tottenham Hotspur are going through. So Rangers, the focus goes towards them. Gavin Wallace.
At the moment, they're going out. Connor Athletic Club 1, Rangers 0. That penalty on the death at half-time. Rangers changing things up, though. Hadji and Balogun off. Nsiala and Igaman coming on. Igaman, a real threat for Rangers as they try and push. But at the moment, they're down 1-0 on the night and on aggregate.
Thanks very much, Gavin. 2-0 to Manchester United here on the night. Ugarte and Dalot, 2 goals in the first half. Alexander Lacazette, who's come on for Lyon, is their joint top scorer this season. Thiago Almada has possession on the left-hand side. Plays it in outside of the right boot. That was a brilliant delivery. Mikotadze was very close to it. As Niakate tries to control, Mikotadze again with the right-footed shot. Goes into the Manchester United fans of the Stretford end. That was well wide of Andre Onana's goal there. But Lyon have just shifted up the gear, Paul. They're giving it everything now.
Well, it's a changing system as well, isn't it? With Lacazette coming on, the 2 midfielders going off. 2 midfielders going on, been replaced by 1 midfielder, and then Lacazette being that figurehead now up front with Mikotadze. They've got to go all out for it now. They're chasing the game. Obviously, they need to get back into it. The changes that Paulo Fonseca's made are very positive ones from a Lyon point of view.
Well, this is the risk that Paulo Fonseca has to take. He's committing bodies forward. He knows this is going to expose his defence to Manchester United counter-attacks, but it's a gamble he has to play. As Maitland-Niles clears away on the edge of his own penalty area, the ball bounces into the technical area. Paulo Fonseca down there, a central defender in his playing days. He's been manager at Roma, at AC Milan. Paulo Ferreira, the former Chelsea defender, is one of his backroom staff down there. As we say it again, the noise inside Old Trafford tonight has been of a volume that I've not heard. I've been a lot of games here this season. They're competing with the Lyon fans who, I don't know if you're right, Paul and Moore have come in, or whether they've just spread out a bit more, but they're filling their section a bit more now, and they're certainly filling the volume as well. As here's Garnacho in the penalty area, shoots from a tight angle and puts it over the crossbar, and Højlund has shouted in there. He wanted that played in. He said that angle was too tight to shoot. You should have tried to cross to me.
Yeah, he's frustrated there, Rasmus Højlund, because for once he times his run well, gets in front of his centre-half. Garnacho it's too tight an angle. He's about 4 or 5 yards out on the angle, chooses to hit it with his left foot. Rasmus Højlund protests with him. He should have looked up, rolled it across to the striker.
Højlund was visibly hopping mad there, literally, and he kicked the post as well in frustration. He wants to join the party here with the goals tonight, Rasmus Højlund. Good sliding tackle from Niakate to ensure that Bruno Fernandes is not able to progress down the right-hand side. 58 minutes exactly on the clock. This is Dalot preparing to take a throw in, level with the edge of the penalty area. Right-hand side as Manchester United come forward, knowing that 1 more goal will seal this. I mean, 2 will quite likely be good enough anyway, but a 3rd really would seal it. Højlund in the penalty area, good back heel to Dalot, back across the edge of the 6-yard box. Dorgu misses, should have scored.
What a chance. What an incredible chance. This time it's a Dorgu. Good 1-2 again. Casemiro with a Cruyff turn 1-2 into Højlund. Again onto Dalot. Puts the ball across. It's not cleared properly. Falls to Dorgu at the far post. Ball won't quite sit down for him, but it's still a good opportunity. Hits it on the volley over the bar. That's 2 really good opportunities that Manchester United have had to put this game to bed. Probably against the run of play in the second half, but that's what they need.
Yeah, really good from Casemiro and Højlund in the build-up there. And Patrick Dorgu, who's never scored for Manchester United, if it had gone in, I think there would have been appeals that he might have handled it unintentionally controlling, but Lyon would have said, well, because he's in the act of scoring a goal, it should be disallowed. But it doesn't matter anyway, because he sent it wide of the target. 2-0 on the night to Ruben Amorim's team. 4-2 they lead on aggregate against French side Lyon. Tolisso, that's a quite tired delivery into the penalty area there, and then when Tolisso tries to make amends, he fouls Bruno Fernandes. Tolisso's got to be careful, he's already on a yellow. It's going to be a free kick to Manchester United, and both players are down. Tolisso's hurt himself there in the process of fouling Bruno Fernandes.
He's clever, Bruno Fernandes. He just has a quick look over his right shoulder. You can see that Tolisso's coming in at pace, puts himself in between the ball and the man. He knows that he's going to get checked. Tolisso comes in, he's hurt his right ankle, Tolisso. You can see he's down clutching his right ankle. Fernandes is still down as well. The
Both down. Yeah, it was brave from Bruno Fernandes. He knew there was a risk of getting crunched there. Both players, I'm glad to report, are now back to their feet. This little break in play, just a chance to remind you of the teams. An Allen goal for Manchester United. Luke Shaw, who came on at half-time with Maguire and Yoro as the three central defenders. Dalot and Dorgu, the wing-backs. Casemiro and Ugarte, who got the opening goal tonight in the midfield, with Garnacho and Fernandes in support of Højlund. And much change for Lyon with their substitutes in this second half. They've got Perry in goal. They haven't changed the defence. Hang on, here's Dalot into the penalty area, right-hand side, trying to put it back for Garnacho, and it's cut out by Tessman. And back to the goalkeeper, Perry. They've got Tessman and Tolisso in the midfield, and then it's all on attack with Mikotadze and Lacazette through the middle, Cherki and Thiago Almada on the flanks. Back to Rangers' endeavours in Spain. Gavin Wallace.
Well, they're starting to come back into this a little bit. Desser's tried an overhead kick from 7 yards corner. He missed it. It hits off him, lands at Nico Raskin's feet, who rattled it off the post. Rangers might just start to come back here. It is, though, Athletic Club 1, Rangers 0.
I think rattled is one of my favourite words in a Gavin Wallace accent. He delivers rattled very well. Thanks, Gavin. Here at Old Trafford, 2-0 to Manchester United tonight. Tolisso coming forward for Lyon. Tagliafico on the left-hand side. Has a little look up, gives it back into Tolisso, further across to Clinton Mata. They've all really pushed forward now. There's a real congested zone on the edge of the Manchester United penalty area with Lyon attackers and Manchester United defenders, and Luke Shaw gets a calming, experienced touch there to Garnacho just to relieve a bit of the pressure. And now Dorgu, that was a bit high risk, a ball across the penalty area which Bruno Fernandes just hoofed away. Anyway will do. That was unnecessary from Dorgu there, when Manchester United need calm and they need control. They've got a 2-goal lead. They are on the cusp of a Europa League semi-final with half an hour to play here.
Yeah, we're at the real cusp of the game, a turning point in the game. Well, what do Manchester United do now? Because Lyon are having a lot of possession, and Manchester United are getting deeper and deeper in that low block. Every single player is within 10 yards of the Manchester United box, but actually when the defensive duties are in front of them, they're okay. Manchester United, they're not having any problems at the moment.
Here's Lacazette, who's come on as a sub, tried to play a first-time pass, but it's cut out on the edge of the D. He's still lurking there. Alexander Lacazette, he's got 15 goals this season, the former Arsenal striker. Arsenal, who paid 50 million back in the day to sign him from Lyon, and then he returned on a free back to Lyon at the end of that. Here's Rasmus Højlund trying to hold it up for Manchester United here. Casemiro flicks it with the outside of the right boot. Good pass to Bruno Fernandes on the right-hand side. Fofana's getting ready to come on for Lyon. Oh, Tagliafico, that's not clever. He has chopped into Bruno Fernandes. That is some Lyon frustration being vented there. And Tagliafico now joins Tolisso, that he would miss the semi-final first leg if Lyon go through, because that's another yellow card for him.
He's not having a good night, Tagliafico. That was just a blatant kick out of Bruno Fernandes in frustration, right down beneath us here, beneath the assistant on our near side. Bruno Fernandes has played well. He can see it coming. He just waits, invites the challenge.
He's got 69 caps for Argentina, Tagliafico. He's a very experienced operator, and that is a yellow card to show he is losing his cool here. Fofana has come on in place of Mikotadze. So Mikotadze, 9 goals in his last 8 games. He was one to look out for in the build-up to this quarter-final, but he will depart, and young Fofana comes on in his place. Fofana,
he's one that the manager will have wanted to use. He's been out injured for a few weeks, hasn't he? He's been a big part of their season. He's got 10 goals, 5 assists. Young player, 20 years old, Belgian international. He really is a top quality player. He'll play on this left-hand side, gives them a little bit more balance. Now Lacazette's come on, Mikotadze's gone off, and Fofana will play on the left.
Fofana scored in his last 2 home games for Lyon that he's played in. As Paul said, he's just come back off a knee injury. But again, it's needs must for Lyon. They've got to gamble here tonight. They need 2 goals, or Manchester United are going through, as Casemiro picks a good pass to Garnacho here. Crossing position on the left-hand side. Has a little look up. Not a great delivery. Fofana will pick it up on the edge of the area. He had options there, Garnacho, and you could audibly hear the groans from the Manchester United fans as the pass went astray. Dalot commits a foul. Free kick to Lyon just outside their own penalty area. Paul Robinson.
You would think now, with 65 minutes just about to tick around on the clock, that Paulo Fonseca, he's made his substitutions, his game-changing substitutions already. 2 down, obviously 4-2 on aggregate. Something has got to change, and got to change quickly. The only thing that you can look at on the bench that maybe Nemanja Matic will be one that comes off. That could be a change between now and the end of the game. But at the moment, all Lyon's attacking options are on the field. What he's got, he's going to go with here.
Lyon seeing a lot of the ball. They've had 77% possession since half-time as Manchester United protect their lead. Fofana hoping to win a corner here, but good work sliding across by Lenny Yoro to ensure that that goes out for a throw-in and not a corner kick. But Lyon will remain on the attack as we go to League Two. Bradford, Notts County. Nick Campbell.
Notts County level, an absolute stunner from David McGoldrick. Picked the ball up on the left-hand side, fully 25 yards out, and bent it superbly around Sam Walker in the Bradford City goal. So it nestle in the top left-hand corner. Bradford City 1, Notts County 1.
Shalaika still have 20-25 minutes to go there. Manchester United still leading 2-0. It's about time we checked in with events at the Deutsche Bank Park. Frankfurt against Tottenham Hotspur. John Akers.
Frankfurt 0, Spurs 1. Spurs lead 2-1 on aggregate. 64 minutes gone, and Spurs have just had their first couple of attacks of the half. Kulusevski with a left foot shot on the angle, blocked from the resultant corner. A header just wide, inches wide from Romero. Frankfurt 0, Spurs 1. They lead 2-1 on aggregate.
Dorgo here has just committed a foul on Ainsley Maitland-Niles, and that has given Lyon a free kick. Now, it's not a shooting position, but it is a dangerous crossing position. It's wide on the right-hand side, 10 yards outside the penalty area. Manchester United's defenders are holding a line along the penalty spot. Onana comes, gets a little touch to it, not completely convincing, but he's done enough. Onana back at his goal line here as Fofana has possession for Lyon just outside the penalty area. Fofana gets it back from Tagliafico. Since he's come on, his teammates are passing to Fofana. They feel that he could be the key to get them back into this as Casemiro clears away. Luke Shaw tries to get to the ball but collides with an opponent. Referee says play on. There's a player down with a head injury. Surprised the referee hasn't held up play here. One of the Lyon players lying down on the deck. The referee standing right over him to see if he's okay, and he is okay. That's very good refereeing. Chance for Thiago Almada. Chips it into the penalty area, but behind Fofana, and that'll be shielded and shepherded by Ugarte, and he gets the goal kick, which the Manchester United fans roar their approval of how he stuck to his guns there. I like that from the referee. Sandro Scherer there. Yes, it was a head injury, but he was standing right over the player, and he could see that Tolisso was okay, and he allowed play to continue.
From minute one, the referee's been consistent. He's let a lot go in this game, but the one thing you ask for with a referee is consistency, whether it's, you know, through the course of a season. Very difficult to get with the number of referees that you get refereeing your game, but actually within a game, the referee set his stall out early on. He wasn't going to be overly whistle happy. He was going to let things go. He's booked players where it's needed to be, but actually he's been on the spot, on the ball, and he's let the game flow.
Ruben Amorim prowls up and down in his technical area. Could the Europa League paper over a lot of the cracks that we've seen in Manchester United in recent times? And he knows in itself a trophy won't solve everything because, you know, Eric Ten Hag won the FA Cup last season. But I think for the mood, for the finances, for the feeling that this is still a club going places, winning the Europa League could be everything for Ruben Amorim. It really could launch his Manchester United tenure. Here's Dallo into the penalty area again, already on the score sheet today, but this shot is well wide of the target. Paul Robinson.
I think we touched on it in the first half about his tactics and about the European style that Manchester United seem to play with this 3-4-2-1 that he's absolutely wedded to, and he's adamant that he's not changing it. It's not worked in the Premier League, and I think if he is going to be successful in the Premier League, he may have to show a little bit of adaptability going forward in certain games. Don't be so predictable to play against. This tactic works in the Cup, it works in the Europa League. We've seen that because they're the only team unbeaten in this league, and every time they play on a Thursday night in the Europa League, they play well, they're putting good performances, and this system works against European teams. It doesn't necessarily work in the Premier League, so maybe for his point of view as a coaching point next season, maybe has to be slightly more adaptable and work on other systems within pre-season, so Manchester United can change from being so predictable.
Manchester United 4-2 up here on aggregate. Ruben Amorim was asked about all this in the press conference yesterday, and you know, he was saying, yeah, it's great to get in the Champions League and all that, but as Fofana comes from the left-hand side, he said he was going to put a lot of extra pressure, a lot of miles on the clock next season, a lot of games in between Premier League games, and he feels that is time that he could maybe spend on the training ground with his players, but I think he's just making an insurance policy there if things don't go well here. The Pyros have come out from Lyon. I think this is a great sign for Manchester United. They've lit all their bright red fireworks. They were clearly keeping these, Paul, to use in goal celebrations. I think letting them off at a lull in the game like this suggests that Lyon fans aren't too confident the goal's going to come for them.
Well, I and Manchester United fans will love your optimism, Connor, and from their point of view, I hope you're right.
Let's go back to John Akers watching Tottenham in Frankfurt. John.
Spurs have just had their second really good look at goal from a corner. Frankfurt 0, Spurs 1. Bentancur this time, free header, puts it over the crossbar, was furious with himself. They lead 2-1 on aggregate, Spurs.
20 minutes to go here. We'll go for an update on the Rangers game in Bilbao in just a moment, but this is a key point. This is Thiago Almada standing over a free kick for Lyon. 10 yards inside the penalty area, right-hand side, not a shooting position. But all of his teammates are in there to aim at. Here comes the ball, played into the middle. Casemiro wins the header. He's not got it out of the penalty area. Back in across the face, a goal, it's in! It's a goal back for Lyon. It's 2-1 on the night. It's 4-3 on aggregate. And suddenly, Manchester United are standing on rather thin ice. It's Tolisso, Corentin Tolisso, who knows he can't play in the semi-final first leg if they get there. But his header has reduced the deficit down to just 1 goal now. This is a big plot twist, Paul Robinson.
20 minutes to go, 20 nervy minutes inside Old Trafford. This is the goal that nobody with a red persuasion wanted to see or hear about. It's a simple free kick from Lyon, headed up in the air by Casemiro, not really cleared properly. Niakate heads it back across the box. Lacazette flicks it on. Talisso's got a really simple job from 3 or 4 yards out to head home into the bottom left-hand corner. Onana can do nothing. The Manchester United fans are stunned, and the pyrotechnics have done the trick.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, we got ourselves a bit of drama tonight on BBC Radio 5 Live, BBC Sounds and BBC Radio Manchester, because this Europa League quarter-final has become a 7-goal thriller, if you like, over the 2 legs. This is a new lease of life for Lyon, because they look down and out, but goals change games, and Tolisso's header, suddenly now we're wondering, how will Manchester United react to this? It's been all Lyon in the second half, let's be fair. And here comes Maitland-Niles, down the right-hand side, good ball in. Euro has only cleared it to Lacazette. Lacazette can't get the shot away, pulls it back, chance, Thiago Almada puts it over the crossbar. That was a chance for Lyon, and suddenly Manchester United are looking very worried. 2-1 the night, 4-3 on aggregate to Ruben Amorim's team.
Goals change games, and goals change games very quickly. All of a sudden, that brittle confidence, that fragility, that susceptibility has crept in Manchester United. The unbelievable atmosphere that we spoke about inside Old Trafford. There's only one section that's singing now, and that's away to our right-hand side, and it's the Lyon fans. Their team, they believe that goal's just given them a little slice of hope in this second half. It's going to be a nervy finish for Manchester United if they're going to try and hold on to this.
Tolisso's 9th goal in all competitions this season. The assist was claimed by Alexander Lacazette. And there's an image on our television screens of a young Manchester United fan biting his fingernails, which I think is very apt for the mood around here now. It's been a big European night at Old Trafford. Manchester United fans have got behind their team all evening. Now, for the first time, there's a little lull in the volumes. There's a buzz around, and suddenly the Lyon fans feel louder and louder as Tolisso comes forward again. Lacazette tries to return it to him. Thiago Almada takes over and spins the ball out to the right-hand side to Cherki. Early ball into the penalty area. Maitland-Niles is allowed to turn. Stabs it towards the back post, but too close to Onana. And Andre Onana, much to the relief of Manchester United fans, makes the save. 74 minutes played, 2-1 on the night to Manchester United.
They're desperate for a spell of calm, Manchester United now. They just need to get on the ball, hold possession, have Lyon chasing the ball, chasing the possession, settle the game down, because they keep losing possession.
Well, apologies to Gavin Wallace, who we signposted we were going to come to you for an update, but it's all happening here at Old Trafford as Fofana steps into the penalty area. Fofana on his right boot after there'd been a slip by Euro. Maybe a chance. Maitland-Niles saved by Onana. He got down, he saved it, he propelled it high in the air. Manchester United finally clear the ball out of the penalty area, and Garnacho is away. He gives Mata the slip. He steps on the accelerator. Mata working hard to get back. Garnacho goes down in the penalty area, and the referee says free kick the other way. Free kick to Lyon. End to end in this quarter-final at Old Trafford. 4-3 Manchester United lead.
Brilliant defending by Clinton Mata. He gets done by Andre Garnacho. He gets the wrong side of him. Garnacho's done him for pace. He gets into the box, but Mata uses his strength, puts himself goal side, and he makes the challenge. Garnacho appealing to the referee for a penalty, but that really is a brilliant piece of Lyon defending.
finally a break in play here. So back to the Bilbao Rangers game and Gavin Wallace.
Yeah, it's still 1-0 at the moment to Athletic Club. Rangers really trying to push and pull and get something into this. There was a great chance towards the back post for Dessers, but the Marcos headed it out. It remains 1-0 on the night, 1-0 in aggregate. Back to your drama.
Thanks very much, Gavin. We've just in a moment here that I'm very confident the images of this are going to go viral, because there was a shot a few moments ago by Fofana, the Lyon player, which was blocked away, and we've just seen the replay of how it was blocked. Lenny Yoro, who had stumbled to his feet when Fofana cut in field of him, threw his head out, and I mean, that was remarkable bravery. He's thrown his head to make the block from being on the ground, and he's succeeded, and he's blocked the ball away.
That's what's called putting your body on the line to the extreme. I mean, he went for the initial block and he lost his footing, completely slipped, and he knew that Fofana was going to shoot, but he was a yard away, and he did like a worm movement across the floor, stuck his head in front of the shot, and from all of 2 yards away, Fofana's walloped this at Yoro's head, and he's getting some treatment over to our left-hand side. Thankfully, he's up and walking off the field to play. That was incredible bravery.
That was the perfect description of what he did there. He's on the ground, his hands by a worm movement to stretch forward, to stick out his head, and he made the block. So Manchester United hanging on to their lead here. They've got a 1-goal advantage with a quarter of an hour to play. What about Tottenham in Germany? John Akers.
Frankfurt 0, Spurs 1, 16 minutes plus added time to go. Spurs leading 2-1 on aggregate. Frankfurt pushing, space in behind now. Solanke's just had a shot blocked. Frankfurt 0, Spurs 1.
This is high entertainment now for neutrals watching on. The visiting fans from Lyon are very buoyant at the moment. They know their team has got a lot of the ball. They know they've come from 2-0 down tonight to have it at 2-1. They know that they, in the first leg, came from 1-0 down and 2-1 down to get equalisers. So they're confident it can happen again. And Manchester United hanging on as Fofana sends it across on the left-hand side. Shot on the back post. Tagliafico saved in the line by Onana. And Lacazette pounces to score. And it's all level again. Lyon have come from 2-0 down on the night to level again at 2-2. Onana saved, but he can only push it straight to Lacazette, and the former Arsenal man scores at the Stratford end. 2-2 on the night, 4-4 on aggregate. What unbelievable drama, Paul Robinson.
The drama just seems to follow Manchester United around, doesn't it? We said that this game wasn't done and the next game was going to be vitally important. That brutality, that fragility, the susceptibility was there for everyone to see. The nerves, the anxiety, it's been creeping in all second half. Since Fofana's come on, he's been excellent. This time he's on the left-hand side. He gets past Dallo, puts a lovely cross into the far post, into the path of Maitland-Niles. He kind of scuffs his shot across the goal, into Tagliafico, hits it first time with his right foot. Onana looks like he's initially made the save, but on the replay, Onana's poured it out the goal. It's Tagliafico's goal with his right foot at the far post. Lacazette makes sure, but Tagliafico's got his side back in this.
Yes, adjusting it from the shot by Tagliafico, which was clawed away by Onana. Replays are showing us the proof that the ball had gone over the line before Onana pushed it out. And as Paul says, Lacazette made sure anyway, but that goal is going to go to Tagliafico. This is all going wrong for Ruben Amorim. His team have conceded 2 goals in 7 minutes, and from a feeling of real comfort in this quarter-final, it's suddenly all square again. And Manchester United, they find it impossible to do things the easy way these days.
Everything that Ruben Amorim will not have wanted, or Manchester United fans will not have wanted. They'll have wanted an easy passage through. 2-0 up at half-time. 2-0 is always a difficult scoreline, because if the away team get one back, it's always a fine balance. What do you do? Do you protect what you've got, or do you go and try and get the third and win the game? And Manchester United, all their, what do you call it, their worries, their anxieties, it was there for everyone to see as soon as that first goal went in.
Manchester United free kick taken by Bruno Fernandes, one in the air by Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Lacazette stands on the ball on the edge of the penalty area, but no damage there because the flag is raised and Manchester United were offside. 4-4 here, 10 minutes away from extra time. What about Bilbao Rangers? Gavin Wallace.
It's not looking good. It's now 2-0 to Bilbao against Rangers. Nico Williams at the back post. It was a delicious ball into that back post area corner. And Nico Williams, who was outstanding in the first leg, has made his mark in the second leg. Heads home from 1 or 2 yards. Athletic Club 2, Rangers 0.
4-4 on aggregate between Manchester United and Olympique Lyonnais. And so much of the noise inside the stadium is coming from The French supporters, who massively outnumbered, are really making themselves heard now, and they know, Paul, they've got Manchester United on the rack here. Can Ruben Amorim's team get back on the bike and pedal? Because at the moment they're floundering as Tolisso comes forward. Lacazette gives it to Cherki, just outside the penalty area. Further out on the right-hand side, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, who provided the assist for the Tagliafico goal. There's a great surge to the byline, back across the face of goal, and Onana, after it initially slipped from his gloves, was able to grab the ball at the second attempt. 9 minutes to go of normal time.
The visitors are well on top at the moment. Manchester United looking very shaky. They'll do well to hold on to what they've got. They're looking to play on the counter-attack. They're very deep.
Dallo up to Bruno Fernandes, and across, sweeping across. Tanner Tessman makes the challenge and puts the ball out of play. Throw into Manchester United, and they're not hanging about. Back to Frankfurt, John Akers.
Frankfurt 0, Spurs 1. Spurs leading 2-1 on aggregate, but Frankfurt have just gone close twice. A brilliant save from Vicario, from Chaibi, and we've just had a substitution. Sars on for Tel. Frankfurt 0, Spurs 1. 2-1 Spurs on aggregate.
Tolisso here is very animated about something, and I'm not sure what that's about, but Bruno Fernandes has done a nutmeg on the Lyon captain. Two number 8s up against each other, and Bruno Fernandes nutmegged it. But then the pass towards Dallo doesn't reach the target. Tagliafico gets it back, and Lyon have possession. Fouled by Ugarte. Free kick to Lyon. 10 yards outside their own penalty area. We're going to put you on the spot, Paul Robinson. Who wins this from here? 4-4.
What did I say to you before the game, Connor? I said, have you put an extra ticket on your car? Because I think we're going to extra time. Yeah, absolutely.
Before a ball was kicked, you anticipated this.
Yeah, I think you can see the way that the two teams are evenly matched. But if you'd have asked me at half-time how dominant Manchester United were in the first half, I would have said, no, Manchester United will go on. How will they rue now those two really good missed opportunities that Garnacho had right at the beginning of this second half to potentially put the game to bed at 3-0, whereas at the moment now they're hanging on.
Tolisso and Tagliafico are the two goals that have completely changed the narrative here in the second half. If you're joining our coverage late, Manchester United led 2-0 at half-time. Ugarte and Dallo. However, Tolisso and Tagliafico have got it back all square, both on the night and on aggregate. It was 2-2 last week in France. It's 2-2 here in Manchester this evening. Ugarte gives it out to the left wing. Garnacho doesn't control, and suddenly those bad habits that Manchester United have been plagued with all season are creeping back in and looking evident. You know, they were so confident and focused in the first half, Paul. It's crumbling here from Ruben Amorim, and he's got to try and get them settled again.
And you can hear the moans and groans as well with a misplaced pass. Nobody wants to be the one to give the ball away in the final third. Nobody wants to be the one who puts the ball at risk. They went from a team who were almost unrecognisable to themselves in the first half to revert into type in this second half.
Mancunian fingernails being bitten all over the stadium. 2-2 on the night, and yet, tantalisingly, there is still the chance of progress for both of these teams. Garnacho has it on the far side. Mason Mount has taken off his tracksuit top. He's going to be the next taxi off the rank for Manchester United here. He may have a half an hour of extra time to play. This is Bruno Fernandes, just outside the penalty area. Tries to shoot. Good brave block by Fofana. And then, despite the best attempts of Hoyland to keep it in play, it does go out for a goal kick to Lyon. And the clock ticks on. Just over 6 minutes to go. Any goal now would likely win this Europa League quarter-final.
He works so hard, Rasmus Højlund, but he works hard in the wrong areas and he chases lost causes. He works extremely hard in between the width of the penalty area, but you look at him sometimes and he's running for running's sake. He doesn't work effectively.
Manchester United as a collective are working hard tonight, but they're going to need more than just perspiration. They're going to need some inspiration as Tolisso comes forward for Lyon. Lyon will look more comfortable in possession now. Cherki to the edge of the box. Thiago Almada to Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Cross on the right-hand side. Dallo under pressure, surrounded by teammates. Does well to head it outside the penalty area, but Fofana is able to pick it up. Lyon here attacking the Stretford end. Challenged by Ugarte. Gives away a free kick just outside the box. Tricky Rayan Cherki, who turns so effortlessly. He's able to spin and move in a different direction, and he draws those tackles in. He's so difficult to stop. Free kick to Lyon coming up in just a moment, but quickly back to John Akers, Frankfurt Tottenham. John.
Frankfurt should be level, Connor. Frankfurt 0, Spurs 1, 2-1 on aggregate. Christensen, left-footed, running onto it, unmarked, 10 yards. put it wide. Frankfurt 0, Spurs 1, 8 minutes to go plus added time.
And you return to us here at Old Trafford in a moment of high jeopardy. This is a free kick within shooting range. Andre Onana, beaten 4 times already in this quarter-final, is erecting a 4-man wall which is inside the penalty area. This is about 4 or 5 paces outside the box. It's slightly left of centre. This suits a right-footed kicker. Lacazette is standing over the ball. Thiago Almada is standing over the ball. And they're all having a very good look at this. And Garnacho's laid down on the ground as the draft excluder. Oh, this is a big moment, Paul.
If you wanted a free kick in a position anywhere around the edge of the box, this is where you would place it. This is a perfect location.
Cherki standing as a left-footed option. I think it's going to be Thiago Almada, though, to take. Swiss referee lining up behind them. Here is Thiago Almada. The wall does its job. Euro and Casemiro jumping together, able to block the ball away. Dallo with work to do now to mop this up in the right full-back position. And he puts it out of place, so Lyon remain on the attack. A little break in play will allow Manchester United to make their change. And Manuel Ugarte, scorer of the first goal tonight, will be the first to depart. It's going to be a double swap here. Kobe Mainoo's coming on. And Højlund is one of those who makes way. So they're taking off the centre forward and they're taking off a central midfielder and they're bringing on Mason Mount and Kobe Mainoo.
Well, they've got no recognised striker on the field now, Manchester United. With Højlund going off, Mainoo and Mount coming on, Ugarte going off. You can only think that Garnacho or Fernandes is going to play as the main striker, as the number 9. I can't imagine it's going to be Mason Mount.
So Manchester United in the shape of Mount and Mainoo and Shaw. They've got 3 players who don't have a lot of miles on the clock this season, but they are now on the field at this crucial juncture on a night that Manchester United's entire campaign is dangling now by a thread, and so much of next season dangling by that same thread. Win the Europa League, they get into the Champions League, they're back in the elites, they get all the money. This can be a transformative competition if they could go through in the semi-finals tonight by winning this quarter-final, but 4-4 against a Lyon team who started badly, let's remember, but have really grown into the game away from home this evening.
There's the answer to my question as to who's going to play as the number 9. It's Kobe Mainoo. He's playing as the main number 9 with Bruno Fernandes, Garnacho and Mason Mount as a 3 in behind him. It's an attacking change by Ruben Amorim, but I'm surprised that the attacker who is given the job of being the number 9, because Kobe Mainoo certainly, I mean, he played as a false 9, as he played as a number 10. I think he was quite effective in a number 10 role, but actually leading the line as a number 9 at this stage in a game where Manchester United need goals.
Kobe Mainoo, who came on as a late sub at Newcastle on Sunday. That was his first Premier League appearance since February. An extra emphasis and responsibility on Casemiro now in the middle of the midfield. Since Ugarte's gone off, Bruno Fernandes will drop back a little deeper and Mount will play for Bruno Fernandes.